Bye.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Heathens and Heroes, episode 10. I am your host, aka Craigor Theron, and welcome you. I'm your host, Connor Coates, aka Craigor Theron, just so you know. And thank you for joining us on this journey that is Heathens and Heroes,
That's a way to start.
a podcast where 5 friends get together and play Dungeons & Dragons as well as they know how to, which isn't very much. Aside from our wonderful Dungeon Master, Matt.
Yo.
Ramus, also known as Troy.
What's up, everybody?
His camera was frozen for a second. Nandor, Esteban.
Facade.
And again, myself, Craigor, also known as Connor, or, I don't know, whatever you want to call me, doesn't matter. And as we attempt to escape the prison inside the Underdark, and the journey has not been an easy one. Will our heroes escape with their lives, or will the heathens of the Underdark devour their souls? I now pass it on to our Dungeon Master, Matt, to begin the next chapter of Heathens and Heroes. Matt?
So, before we begin, I will also introduce Erengard, aka Arcados.
Gosh, I don't have it in my intro for some reason. I'm sorry, I did that last week too. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Everybody, welcome Arcados, Mr. Lucas, Mr. Erengard. Thank you for joining us as always.
And last time, in the Underdark, our group caught up with the warden, Ilvara Mizrim, and Arcados didn't have as much of a personal grudge against this one, but according to what he'd been told and what he had seen since his time being with them, he could understand the need to face her, and face her they did, starting with a poisoned guard trying to escape down into the middle of their camp. The team with the prisoners, including Topsy, made their way into Ilvara's main camp, where they fought against her and completely decimated pretty much everything and everyone in the area, being able to take out Ilvara with a nice series of pseudo strategies, as a bunch of plays tended to work out, and they even found Turvy, who had been apparently brought back by Ilvara to serve as an example. Yet, through it all, they managed to pull Turvy away, heal him, and even heal Jorlin, who was in the tent and had received a little bit of the brunt of a fireball whenever many people were set aflame multiple times. However, with everything finally said and done, the smoke still in the air, the fire still raging, the light of dawn still illuminating this ledge, Shore has seen Ilvara laid out, bloody-eagled, beneath Ramus's feet, and the other drow that were coming to try and assist in the battle also see the futility, and so they all drop their weapons. And where we pick up is right then after that, as the battle subsides, as all of them are laying there, as Jorlin is kind of looking up confused, going, "What the fuck happened?" Turn it over to y'all.
I'm gonna stand Jorland up. It's like, look over there. Look, that's what happened.
Me waving in the distance, like, hey, bud.
There's a brief mix of emotions, and he kind of looks over to Shore, and you can tell, like, at first they don't start out as good emotions, just because, habit mostly. That is still Commander. That is still everything he was bred to obey. But whenever he finally settles, it's kind of a look of satisfaction. Of, I can deal with this. And he just kind of looks to you then and nods and goes, "What now?"
Well, the
No.
first thing we need to do is chip away all the charred skin, because that's not a sightly thing, buddy. Just saying.
Kind of looks down at himself. I am
I
at least
think the
alive.
first thing we should do is gather these prisoners.
Wait, hold on, Matt. What were you gonna say?
He just said he was only gonna say, "At least I'm alive for now."
Okay, but yeah, Aaron Guard's right, or Arcados is right.
I bring up Elvira by the neck, full-blooded eagle, and I say to the prisoners, "Get in line, or this will be you."
They all kind of begin to step over and to the sides, and as they do, Shore just kind of slowly is in the process of standing
Hold on.
up.
Okay, so before like he even starts walking over there, I'm gonna tell Matt what's his armor class level.
You're not sure? He's not holding his shield though, so you gather not as much as it was.
Okay, I'm gonna tell him to take off his armor.
All right, all right.
Priorities, I like it.
I like where this is going.
Wow, wow, wow.
So you tell him that. He kind of looks over at you real quick, gives you this look of like, I don't swing that way, but
I'm gonna hold Don up to his neck.
he kind of flinches against it, blinding his eyes, so he's not even looking directly at it, and closes his eyes, and then just kind of slowly begins to remove the studded leather armor and everything, and his swords and all that. That's about him as well.
Hey, Nandor, you want to give him some music?
No, I'm good. And then I send him off to the line.
As you point towards the line, he kind of gives a quick look around at everybody, looks over at Jorlin as well, curses, and then he turns to run and try
grab
and
him.
jump off the ledge.
I grab him.
All right, so you're gonna roll me an athletics versus his acrobatics or athletics.
So I have to do athletics?
Yes, because you're reaching out to grab and stop him.
Okay, so normal?
Yes.
That a boy.
Wait.
And he does have disadvantage because he is blinded for this. So, all right. So you reach out, and since he doesn't really have much underneath aside from the nice little casual undergarments that he's got, kind of just reach out and grab him by the back of his hair and just pull him back. And he god damn, and he then
Good.
like he kind of sees that he still wants to run, but then looks back in the direction of Dawn, not directly at, and begins to get in line.
I'm just gonna before he does that, like as he's getting up to go over there, like when he bless you.
Thank you.
So basically when I bring him down, I'm just gonna like knock him with Don's like the hilt of Don.
Okay. What's your strength at?
Strength at a 12.
So +1.
Yeah.
So he'll take 2 points of damage just from you kind of hitting him in the side of the head. Just a little warning tap there, and he then
You don't get off that
walks
easily.
over to the line, and as he does, you can see like Jorlin, just kind of out of habit now for the past while, is also heading to the other side of the line.
Man, we saved you. Get your ass back here.
He's just like,
You're cool, bro.
I'm sorry, and he raises his hands, and still has the manacles and everything at him, and just kind of gives that kind of and says in undercommon, as that is what he speaks. just habit.
Can I pick his manacles real quick?
Yeah. You have thieves' tools on you?
No, but I have a dagger, and I've done that before. If you guys don't
Okay.
know.
Just do
Stabs him.
me dexterity with your proficiency.
Call back to episode 1 and 2.
Right.
Dexterity with proficiency. Can you explain that to me, please?
So add +2 to a regular dexterity check. Because you don't have the lockpick, so you don't get the little extra bonus from that. All right. You kind of tinker with it a little bit.
Can I search the body and see if there's
Which Ilvara's?
yeah.
Yeah.
What's
So
left?
you kind of mess with it a little bit, but a little bit of the smoking, still kind of flesh and smell from Jorlin, and is still a little bit of shaking from the fireball that he took is enough to kind of throw off your dagger as you're trying to pick the lock. But as you do, Ramos, just looking for the keys in particular, you find them down kind of at her side underneath the top that she's got, and kind of lift it over and toss it. And Craigor, you can easily use those to open it up. And he nods his thanks to y'all and over to you, Ramos.
I knew there were keys there.
For old time's sake, he wanted to try.
I appreciate the effort. I heard about what you all managed to do in Velkenview.
Yeah, it was pretty
Nice.
cool, huh?
I wish I could have seen it.
Me too, man. Me too.
Okay, well, this is about to get dark.
Oh, yes.
So, you guys followed her. She's dead. But now, as much as you made everyone else suffer for following her orders to torture every single one of us, it's your turn.
Can I cut in?
that,
Can I look for the staff to give to him real quick? Please.
I'll say at this point you're looking for everything else that Ilvara has on her. You're kind of collecting the rest of that. But as you say this, Arcados, you first begin to hear a noise. A distant do, do, do. In the distance from this path, getting slightly louder, followed by this little bit of
Does anyone else hear that? I ask as I turn and go to the edge of the cliff to look over and see what I might see.
Dude.
It's about
Mhm.
30 seconds or so before you all start to actually hear it yourself. But as you kind of go over to the side, you can see now slowly making its way up the side of this cliff, there is a small procession of drow. Not drow, sorry. I was looking at drow on the screen whenever I still was talking.
Common mistake.
Yeah. There are these strange bipedal creatures that they don't have any light source with them, but there's this little bit of phosphorescent algae that is kind of starting to grow on the lower side of the cliff that illuminates them occasionally, and you can see this sheen off of scales as these creatures, about 6 to 8 in total, begin walking up this pathway in the direction of the camp.
Guys, we
Let's-
got a problem.
We gotta ask the soldiers what these things are. They might know. Or the prisoners. Either way.
We've got about 7 or 8 of these lizard guys walking up the hill here, guys. We need to figure out what we're doing here.
You guys, whoever speaks Undercommon has got to talk to him.
Running.
Yes.
Okay.
Running.
I will go and speak with them.
All right. So
And so I will go down the path to meet them along their way.
Okay.
all right.
And while he's doing that, I'm going to ask these drow here if they know. Do you guys know what these lizard people are that are coming towards us? And I need an answer now.
I'm gonna go with Argados.
All right. All right. Excuse me. So you kind of pull them over, and you just grab Shore and kind of lift him up. He kind of tilts his head to listen, looks over at you and smiles a little bit. Goes, "You have the Kuo-Toa on the way."
Are they friendly?
Not to us.
Oh, far from it.
And then while that's happening, I kind of
And-
shout to Nandor, "Nandor, be careful! They're not. What are you guys doing?"
And as you see this, you, Arcados, are up there in front, and they all kind of see you at the top of those steps, and you see these bones type pipes, these almost long, elongated pieces that widen towards the end, that they are making this deep sound out of, while one in the back has this like leather skin drum he's playing and the one up front is pretty much unclothed, but you do see this little bit of hide of some sort. You're not sure what kind of creature it came from, that is almost like a sash across his chest, and it kind of comes forward a little bit, looks you up and down. And Nandor, are you staying up at the top where you are now, kind of looking down at him with
Yeah.
Donna? Okay. And you can see that as they're down there, they're kind of staying towards the inside of the cliff, outside of Dawn's direct light. And as it approaches, it goes, "You are not drow."
We are not.
And it speaks in Undercommon, a very kind of throaty, garbled Undercommon. And it goes, "Where are they?"
Captive, with their leader slain by our hands.
"You give them to us. We will take you all."
What is your intention with them?
"For the priestess."
The priestess is dead.
"Not yours, not theirs."
I see. Will they be killed?
"If Limi Gugan sees fit."
I
Hey, Arcados.
look up over at Nandor,
Uh-huh.
and basically it looks like I'm just looking for your approval to the deal.
I don't understand Undercommon.
Correct.
Oh, right. I remember that. Okay. They want us to hand over the prisoners, to take them to their priestess.
To what?
Whatever she decides to do with them. But my suspicion would be they are not keen on allowing them to live.
Hey, what do you guys want us to do with these prisoners over here?
Bring him over here.
Move!
All right.
while
So-
while this is going on, I'd like to kind of stay hidden in the shadows because I have a feeling they don't like Drow very much.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead and roll me a stealth. And nope, I'm on the wrong thing. That's why. Okay, cool. So you kind of crouch back, and all of them are brought up behind you, Nandor, as they come to you.
Okay. Okay.
Are you kind of, just motioning them for go down to Arcados and everything as well?
Yeah. Do any of them have cloaks?
Anything
Drow,
valuable?
Yeah.
they do not have any cloaks on them, no, because the ones that were here kind of came out of the tents that were on the
They're
side,
they're
so
the
they
weaker
just
ones.
are in casual armor that they kind of picked up and threw on real quick, and they already dropped all their weapons, so they are basically just their basic armor,
Okay. Then
except for Shore.
Shore's in his trousers.
Yep.
I'm gonna take. Wait, I have a short sword, right? That's what I have.
Yeah. And
I
you can
tell the
see
prisoner. I tell the prisoner in the back to strip his armor.
Or just tell all of them. You
Yeah,
muted
fine.
Connor.
I will say they all kind of, seeing the one in the back take it off, the two in the middle also seeing Shore ahead of them out of his armor, are just kind of like, God damn it, son of a, shit, God, starting to take it off. And next to you, Arcados, they all have started to move up forward and to that edge. And as they get there, he kind of peeks over the side to look up to where the prisoners are, and kind of gets hit with all of that
Light.
daylight from dawn, and kind of recoils and then looks to you. Turn off the brights.
Bright stays.
Unfortunately, that keeps the prisoners far more complacent for us. Once they are in your custody, you can leave with them.
Keep the bright one away.
I look up to Nandor and say, their eyes too are sensitive to dawn. You may wish to keep her back. Once the
Okay.
prisoners are stripped, I'll motion them to come forward.
Before that happens, I'm gonna cut off what's his face's hand.
Sure.
Well,
course.
that was
All right.
sudden.
Which one?
Sure.
Which hand?
What's his dominant hand?
Right.
You would guess the right.
Then I'll take his right hand.
All right. As you know, how do you do so? You know.
I'm gonna go like this to him, like basically put an arm out to him, and tell him to raise his hand. And then I'm just gonna like pull the sword out and just like go at it.
Do it
With
with Dawn. With Dawn. Do it with
Dawn
Dawn.
or with you?
Dawn won't cut it off. That's the thing.
Well, she'd have about as much luck as the other one too. You know, except her cutting off would be like a lightsaber wound. Versus,
Then yeah, I'll do it with Dawn then.
okay.
Yeah.
So
Instant
you,
cauterization.
yeah, pretty
Mhm.
much.
That's what I was thinking, like light and then cauterizing, you know.
So he kind of looks there, lifts up his hand real quick, curiously, looks down past you at where all of the Kuo-Toa are, and he says to you in common before you even, before you cut off, or undercommon, before you cut off his hand, although, you may not understand it, he just goes, "You are sitting up to a death sentence." Oh! Oh! He just kind of like holds his arm, looks down at his hand, looks up at you again, and
I'm just gonna say this in common. If you stay with us, it's gonna be a lot worse. Trust me. you'll feel the pain, and it will bring you back, like Ilvara did.
As I hand him the staff.
Which you definitely have had. So I will add that to yours in a moment. You kind of take the rod, drip, with the tentacles hanging from the side, and
Here you
Shore
go, bro.
kind of gets pushed along and starts making his way down to you, Arcados, where you, I imagine, just kind of motion them over to where the Kuo-Toa are.
Yep.
All right. As you're there, you make that motion, and they quickly, as soon as they get past the cliffside where Dawn's light doesn't reach, begin to just grab them and by the shirts or scruffs or hair or wherever they can. And you can see the other Kuo-Toa in the back pulling out these like tightly woven seaweeds, almost binds, and begin to wrap their hands and arms behind their back, like up to the elbow, and then kind of crowd around them. And the Kuo-Toa looks over at you, and as you've noticed that this entire time that it's been next to you, Arcados, it is basically maintained eye contact, no blinking whatsoever, and it just kind of
Two golden eyes stare back at it.
Now for you. Where are you going? What are you doing?
Our first destination is the lake. Afterwards, likely, we will be seeking passage across it, or moving our way around it.
Then we may see you again.
Okay, so before he says that, I'm just gonna like walk down this way. And it's like, hey, we go on or what?
as you come down and lifting up Dawn and everything, they all quickly recoil to it, and
Ah, get him away or we takes it.
I look at Nandor and I go, please, I can handle this. It's all right. Take a few steps back.
All right.
as you kind of slowly retreat, the Kuo-Toa lower their hands for a moment, look you over, Arcados, and then they don't really have much as the facial expressions, but as it looks towards the direction that Arcados Nandor retreated, he kind of growls a little bit and says to you,
We will tell blah 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 all about you.
I cross an arm over my chest and bow to him and say, I look forward to meeting you again.
kind of just nods a little bit and then begins to retreat, pushing the rest of the prisoners along with him as they fall back and down the cliffside. Leaving you standing alone.
I will remain there until they are well away from the stairs, and then return up to the party.
All right.
So who were those guys? I ask.
The Kuo-Toa. They are, if I remember correctly, the dwellers of the city that resides next to the lake.
I have a feeling we'll see them later.
As do I. And then I look at Nandor and I go, it would be best in the future that you don't antagonize everyone we meet.
I'm just gonna look at him, give him a little smirk.
Smile. Yeah.
That smile. That damn smile.
You haven't been with us long, friend. But you will come to know him a little bit better.
Do they threaten us? I'll kill them myself.
You're not going alone.
That music hit right at the right moment. That was amazing. I don't know if
It is highly likely that if you wish to cross the lake, you will need their services. Or you will be forced to go all the way around it. And I don't know if you've noticed, but it seems to be quite the large lake.
Then we'll get it one way or another, as I lift up the great axe.
And
Also, where is the hand of shore right now?
it is at the top of these steps over here.
Do you want it?
I will pick it up and offer it to Nandor. You claimed a trophy, I believe.
Yep.
So can I keep this one? Can I keep her? Can I keep her
I'll
too?
bring her back. Do you want to torture her?
Nah. She's alright. I just stuff her down. Just strike her down like onto the the floor. Stand it up like this, just full blood eagled out, ready for everyone to see.
Does Nandor take the hand?
Yeah. I do.
So, how hurt does everyone look right now?
We're all tired and hurt.
A little bit of pain across the board.
I've been better.
In terms of D&D without telling actual health, I'm on death's door.
Okay.
I'm peachy, but I could use a touch up.
I'm feeling all right.
So, I will go to Ramas first and cast Cure Wounds on him.
Okay.
Thank you, my friend.
All right. So as you come up and, provide some much needed touching to Ramas.
Perfect. Full health again. Perfect. Right at 8. That's exactly what I needed. Thank you.
Nice.
Did you have to put it that way?
Yes. The plight of being the healer is you have to touch everybody.
Right. Tomorrow I swap out Cure Wounds for Healing Word, so I can do it at a range.
As you're all kind of crowded around here and healing and recovering, Eldith kind of walks up to everyone, looks around, and goes, I just thought you should know. I was kind of looking around the camp, seeing what they have in the other bits. Most of it is just kind of useless here and there, a little bit of ammunition for bolts and whatnot too. But I noticed the twins are gone.
Oh my god, you're right.
Did anyone see the twins? Anyone?
Last I saw, Turvy was over by the wheelbarrow over there, and Topsy was just in the middle. I don't know where they're at.
I'm not too sure either. With all the prisoners and everything else that was going on in the aftermath, I just kind of looked away for a moment. I saw them over by the wagon, but whenever I went back, they weren't there.
I kind of shout out, Topsy, Turvy!
It echoes within the cavern of the Dark Lake. About 30 seconds pass. No sound back.
Okay. They're good kids. They could survive on their own. Now that she's dead, the only thing that's left down here, this is their home. The Underdark is their home, and they can't go anywhere else.
Would I be able to investigate
Maybe
for
safer.
any tracks or anything?
Yeah. Go ahead and make me a survival.
The opposite of Sherlock.
Nope, nothing here.
There's like a clue, like right there, like a footprint right in front of his face.
I got nothing. I got see nothing, guys. I don't know.
So you go down to the wagon where it was and everything. You bend down to look under the wagon, and as you do, you hear this in your back, and you're like, oh, that hurt a little bit more in the battle. Oh, that must have been that fireball.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it was good effort. Good effort.
I can't use
I'm gonna
healing word on
heal
myself,
the,
right?
Other Jorlin, is it?
Mhm.
Yes. Yeah. And yes, you can.
And also introduce myself to him. So that 13 goes to him.
All right. I applied it, and you kind of put your hand on his arm, and he feels the nice healing energies go throughout his body. And as he does, and you introduce yourself as Arcados, he kind of nods and goes, and extends a hand. Jorlin Duskrin.
I understand you helped my companions get out of prison. And I shake his hand.
And he kind of nods, and as you're close enough, and especially in the extreme daylight, his eyes are a bit squinted, and there is a lot of shadows across his face, but you do begin to notice that half of his face, and including, you can see because of the torn or burnt up clothes that he's got, that half of his face, a bit of his shoulders, and down his arm, there is intense caustic damage to it that kind of now mixes in with a little bit of burn scars that he's got here and there. But the acidic damage is older on him. But he just kind of nods a little bit as well, and he goes, I know well of Ilvara's misuse.
Well, at least no one else will have to deal with it in the future.
Kind of looks towards where her corpse is spread out there and still standing, and gives a slight nod as well. In the early days, she was much more satisfying to be around. And a great lover, but
There it is.
like most of Minzo Baranzan, they are all black widows.
She ate your head?
He kind
Oh,
of
Gregor.
lifts up his scarred hand with the two missing fingers, and he goes, the way she left me, she might as well have.
You want to replace your hand?
He kind of looks at it. You have that capability?
Not yet, but I will. Don't worry.
One day. So what is the plan now with you all? I heard something vaguely about the traveling the Dark Lake.
Yeah, we're helping our kiddos out.
I'm just looking for a weapon. Any cool weapons at the moment?
Hey, Matt, did you put the wand in my inventory or no?
Yes, you do now have the tentacle rod in yours, which was the it's kind of like a half staff in terms of length, with the top of it being these three long, like octopus style, dark black tentacles And
Okay.
also, Ramos, another thing that you had picked up is known as the Scourge, and none of it.
Oh, the wand?
No, Ramos picked up that, and then gave. Oh, you're talking about the wand from Home Slice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll give you that in a second. I
Okay.
forgot. But the Scourge is basically a short-range Ninetales that deals a large amount of poison damage
Oh,
as well.
Okay.
So,
I want to see that. I want to see
um,
how cool it looks.
All right.
So
and
is the Scourge is what?
a short-range Ninetail, like the like
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, I know what you mean.
all the little
BDSM. Gotcha.
bits. Yeah, very much. Bam, there you go, wand for you.
Sweet.
My suggestion would be that we rest for the night here. There's obviously fire and places for us to rest in.
I think I
We
saw
should
some
also
food
take
too.
whatever. Yes, I believe that one over there, and I point to the one that's currently curled up over the top of a cooking pot, charred. I believe is smothering whatever food he was trying to prepare.
We'll clean it.
We do have what we need to make pancakes in the morning.
I got ripple bark. Look at this kitchen,
Alright.
guys. I can make tons of waffles for you guys. It's amazing.
I'm gonna lift the
I
Don to
would
him.
imagine
Not
that they
again.
have
Not
better
again.
provisions.
No. No waffles.
Waffle, one waffle?
Waffle.
No.
Hey,
Jordan is
no waffle.
like, I've never had a waffle.
Oh, Jorlin, it is to die for. I'll whip you up a couple of them more. Don't worry.
Is it worth dying for? Are you sure?
Yes.
I have more than once. What could hurt?
I can make you ripple bark bacon, but it's just not the same as the waffles.
Oh man.
All right. Well,
We should also look and see if they have things like packs and perhaps even fresh clothes for you all.
Bigger satchels.
Does anyone need armor, by the way?
I'm going to go about the camp and just gather all of the packs and just adventuring gear that might be scattered about, pile it all up in the middle.
I'll look for weapons.
I would just like to keep a note on that I am still wearing the drow outfit that I've been wearing for a while, so it might be a
Okay,
little burnt up now, but
Okay. So while they're doing that, I'm gonna go look for Flame On.
oh, okay.
So
Come here, weapons.
So I'm just gonna. Do I just move him up there?
Huh?
Do I just move Nandor up there, or?
You don't have to,
Okay.
because I know what we're doing in Rutnut. If I could talk. Let me put this equipment in your inventory, sir. Boom. There you go. So you go up to the top, searching for Flame On, trying to see if he is there. And as you get up to the top of the cliffside and go back through the tunnel, you see that the small pile of fire crystals that were there looks about halfway eaten almost, but that is it. He is not currently there at the moment, and if you want, you can try and make me a survival to see about any tracks or remains, like remains of his past, not remains of his body. So you look down and you can see that about the fire crystals that were left there are a bunch of skitter marks, and kicked up dust, which makes it hard for you to pick up a trail from there. But you gather that with the sound of the combat,
That's what I assumed.
yeah,
Yeah. I'm gonna, because I still have some crystals.
hmm
I'm gonna leave like 2 there.
okay.
Actually, no, just one. Just one. Go with 1.
A little marker for him, set
Yeah.
down to the side.
Can I? No, I can't get rid of it. Okay.
So you can either delete it or remove one of the.
Oh, it won't let me remove one. That's why.
If you go to the little square where it says edit item, it has quantity underneath the blank.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how you can affect it.
Okay.
All right. So going through Arcados and Ramos, you were looking for weapons and adventuring gear, respectively. Ramos looking about for other weaponry. You find there are a variety of short swords. There's quite a few hand crossbows that are in the tents that are over here. If there was anything in the big tent, you gather it was probably destroyed, burnt up, or flung during the battle. But there are also a few packs of bolts, and there is also one small case that has 4 vials of drow poison in it as well.
All right, I'll take the poisons, and I'll bring the swords over to the group in case they want another one.
Yeah, so you bring over your the short swords, hand crossbows, and there's about 6 packs of bolts, crossbow bolts that have 20 in them each. So
I'll go to Cragor first, and then to Eldith, and see if they need a restock.
all right, Eldith will take one of those hand crossbows because I don't know what happened to her last one.
How many?
And
How many did you have, Troy? I'm sorry, Ramos.
I had 6 with 20 apiece. 120 in total.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take one of those.
All right.
Yeah, I'll also grab a case of bolts. A second case.
Okay.
Okay.
So
since I
go
use some of
ahead.
mine for kindling.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah.
I'll
so
also go and retrieve my light crossbow. I'm not sure if Kreger still has it or if
I do have it. Yeah, you can take it.
all right. And you can just delete that from your inventory, Krigor. I believe Arcados. Is it still in your inventory?
it is. Yeah.
Cool. And as you're looking through Arcados, you do find that there are a few backpacks that are here, in case anybody does need a backpack added to their inventory. There are there's about 100 feet of rope that is about here. Quite a few rations of actual kind of berries, dried meats, and things like that, aside from ripple bark. You do find 2 medicine kits, or healer kits rather, and 1 herbalism kit.
Well, I will take a healer kit and some rations, some of the rations. But
Okay.
does anyone have need of an herbalism kit? Is anyone
Sure.
skilled in herbalism?
I don't think so.
I don't think.
Nah, not really.
Nope.
I'll take that as well then.
Okay.
There's another healer's kit here as well, if anyone needs it.
I'll take it.
All right. And then, who also needed a backpack if they did not have one already?
I
Because
don't
there are
NPCs.
backpacks here. So,
I
what was
don't
it?
believe I have one. I'll take one.
all
Connor,
right.
wait, Craig, you don't have one?
I don't think so.
I think
I
he
think-
made a makeshift papoose in one of the early episodes.
It's
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did. He did.
Oh yeah.
Dagger.
Is that a backpack though? It's more of a papoose.
It's a satchel.
I've literally never heard that term before, but I love it.
What's a papoose?
There you go.
It's really the things
Go
that you
back
carry. Usually the things that you carry kids in.
Oh yeah, the papoose.
Connor's looking over like, I got one over there. What do you know?
Oh look at that,
Oh, that's
son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Is there any flour here?
Like
Flour.
there is not.
Okay.
But you do see that there is some form of like ground up mushroom cap that is very similar to flour.
Okay. Cool.
I'll take that.
I will also divide the rope out between anybody who doesn't have some. 50 feet to 2 different people.
I don't have any. I'll take some.
Yeah, I got plenty.
I'll
Of
take 25. Something.
I want that mushroom powder.
Nope, it's mine.
No, I'm making breakfast.
No, you're not.
That's exactly why he took it.
It's either we can have ripple bark waffles or
Right,
actual
delicious
waffles.
ripple bark waffles.
I'll make it. You don't get to make anything.
Okay, you know what? We'll see who makes the better waffles, Dandor. All right.
So,
All right, Craig Gore.
Yes.
I won't end you.
Ooh.
That's okay. You've said that 1,000 times. I'm still waiting.
All right, takes out the Don, slices it.
Wasn't expecting that.
Why?
Oh no!
I'll take your hand too. Don't make me do it.
Okay. I'm making waffles. I don't care. I'm doing it. I won't let you intimidate me, Nandor. I've had enough of your shenanigans.
So are we having a cook-off? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, that's exactly what you're.
Come the morning, they can have their cooking.
Nandor with a 20.
Do I need to do a check?
I just did it just cause.
Let me ask this: do you feel intimidated right now?
It's a little intimidating, yes.
But slight. But slight.
Well, if y'all want to have a cook-off, I'm totally for that. You
Oh,
know,
it's on.
just saying.
Oh, it's on.
Just saying.
All right.
All right.
So what? Like an hour passes, we make some waffles. What?
No, we have to sleep.
I was gonna say, make me a survival, both of you, to see which one's better.
Damn it! They're both still
All right.
terrible. They're both still terrible.
Yeah, no, they are both like in the heat of the moment as you're cooking, like doing the intense eyes back at each other, look at each other, like
Goodness,
you totally don't notice that you either undercook or overcook every single one that you do.
I pass it on to Ront. I'm like, here, Ront, try this.
Ron's just like,
All right, and I'm gonna snap my fingers, or not really snap my fingers. I'm just gonna like precipitate. You know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make it taste like shit.
He's gonna take a bite. That's good. As he goes to like toss it in the fire behind his back. So
Like,
good.
You didn't,
Stealth check?
You didn't finish it.
can't have any more. It's just so filling.
Sleight of hand.
I get it. I totally get it. Ripple bark is very filling.
Very.
Okay. Okay.
It's not doing it for me. Fine, let me do this then.
Okay. And I'm gonna be like, here, Ramos, try this. I'm gonna make it persistent. Oh my god, I can't say the word. Precipitation.
Yeah, fuck that word.
Close enough.
I'm gonna make it taste like the most amazing thing out there. Like high class waffles.
I've had some good stuff. Let's see how this goes.
All right,
I
all
mumble,
right.
I mumble under my breath. They're only mushroom powder waffle. I mean, how great can they be?
Not bad. Really good. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Ront tries it as well, you know. Can I have 2 more?
Yeah, I got you.
Except, like, as he's eating it, you can see these little stringy bits that are the undercooked part as well. And
But
it's
I'm just making it taste good though.
yeah, exactly. That's why he's just like, yeah, this is really chewy, but so good.
Not yours.
I stick
Craig-
to
Craig, or-
rations.
It's not for you, Craig. It's not yours. I'm gonna make your rations also taste like amazing, better than usual.
I stick to rations and wait for the con saves.
I don't know what I ate, but I'll be right back. Ghost of
All right.
Well,
So then,
you win this time, Nandor.
I always do.
So as y'all nom out deliciously, or some semi-deliciously in some cases, you all get to a spot that you can rest at within the camp out of the remaining tents. And in each of those tents, there are, bed rolls that have been laid out by the previous drow occupants for y'all to lay in. So it's actually quite
And-
nice compared to the last while. And, in the morning, morning, when it comes, you can even take these bed rolls with you to
Cool.
have a nice little extra bit of comfort as you travel now.
Here. Take it.
And so, one by one, minus first shift, begins to go down.
Before we go to sleep, Ramos, can you help me wheel these carts up the path?
Of course.
We're gonna wheel the carts up the path, and I want to set up like a blockade of the carts so
Okay.
that they can't cross they can't come down the path. They would have to jump down the cliff to get down to us.
Okay. I would like one of you to make me I'm going to say survival with advantage.
I'm gonna help him as well.
Okay.
You want me to roll it?
Whoever would like to. Just one of y'all with advantage.
Yeah, you can roll it.
I'm sitting here crying
yeah.
over my waffles, by the way.
I'm making his waffles taste amazing now for himself.
Nice.
Without him noticing.
Yeah.
Roll me a sleight of hand.
All right. There you go.
Hey!
Nice. So yeah, your first waffles didn't taste great, Craigor, but man, last half of the batch is fantastic.
I still got it, baby.
I don't know what those guys are arguing about.
I
And
mean, it hurts your teeth to bite them, but
It's not
but
a
it's
text
so
thing.
good.
It's just goddamn delicious.
And Arcados, you and Ramos spend the time to kind of hook the two together, getting the spokes at the front to kind of intersect with the wheels a little bit to almost lock them in place up at the top. And you take down, most of the gear that could be useful out of it or anything like that. And you now have a blockade up at the top of the cliffside, or at least a little bit higher.
Do we have any flour left?
How many pancakes did y'all make?
I mean, Ron had 3. I got like 1 because.
I had 2.
yeah. Yeah, I will say there's a bit left.
Like
So,
a pound?
I'd say probably about 4 to 5 pounds.
All right, bet. I'm gonna line them up over here.
All right.
For tracks.
Don't worry about it.
Easily enough to do,
Cool. And then I'll take first watch.
All right. So then, as you stay up and everybody else goes down, feeling a bit more comfortable with, the drow gone, Kuo-Toa pacified, road blockaded, Nandor, you get comfortable for your first watch, and that's where we're going to take a break.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll say maybe about 5-10 minutes. What do you think?
Yeah, 10 minutes, be safe.
So,
If we're back early, we're back early.
quarter after. Okay, we'll be back about 10 minutes, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you in about 10 minutes. Thanks.
See you soon. So, anyways, the barmaid.
oh, guys, we're back. Hey, guys, welcome back to the show. We're going to continue back off where we left off. Thank you so much for tuning in. And, Matt, go ahead and take it away.
I don't wanna. No. Where we leave off is Nandor giving ourselves first watch. So, Nandor, as you are staying up, where is everybody staying for the night as well in terms of camps and things like that, or tents and whatnot? Where have you claimed as your place of rest for the evening? Peeps? Anybody? Because Nandor's not, because he's not asleep. So, Gregor, Arcados, Ramos.
Where are you sleeping?
We'll go over here.
Oh no.
Over there, where I drew a line. That's where I want to go.
So here.
Where are we
Go
looking?
night night.
I don't see your guys' cursors.
Yeah, I don't either.
I see everyone.
Connor.
My screen is loading at the moment.
Oh, I can't move.
There it is. Okay.
I see Troy's.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
I've got Ramos.
Oh, let me.
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Refresh.
I was kicked out of the original one.
Power of refresh.
Yeah, because I had to close it all down and reset it.
And
So,
we back, and we back, and we back.
Hey, shout out to Chance the Rapper if you're watching this. Love you, bro.
Oh, he's
So,
totally watching
Ramos
this, He's totally watching
and, Ramos and Krigor, where are you sleeping then?
Random. The tent.
'Cause this one was set aflame, so it's not there.
I'm sleeping right next to Ramos.
All right.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna take the tent up here with Darren
And Darrendale follows him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I've grown accustomed to him. He's very comfortable to lay on.
Hey.
If you know what I'm saying, okay?
So Ron to go over in this one then.
He's got his own blanket.
There. Arcados, where would you
Where are you
like?
sleeping?
That one? Got it.
Yeah, I'll go in there with her.
All right. So then, Nandor, where are you posting up for your watch? Where are you watching?
I'm gonna sit next to the body.
I roll me a perception. So, most of your shift, you're kind of there just looking at Ilvara, thinking
I'm just like-
about everything that, kind of led to here, especially within the last few days compared to beforehand. And as you're sitting there thinking and you kind of holding Shore's hand in your own, you hear Dawn's voice come through as she goes, "So, is this what you want to become then? An avatar of blood and vengeance?"
I don't know. I'm still lost. I have to see where I go from here. But we shall see.
Oh, you must remember, even if you are lost, you are not alone. If you try to walk this path alone, surrounded by others, it will consume you, as it did the one before.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. Hopefully I don't end up like, what was your name? Kiara or something?
Kaim.
Kaim. What did she do, anyways? I'll ask her.
She was a general. She led her people. I believe they called themselves moon elves in the common tongue.
What I know about them? Like,
Roll me a history. The most you know is they are extremely rare, but that is about it. And she tells you that, kind of just tells you the story of how whenever they rose their cities to the sky, they aspired to be an inspiration to others, to kind of be like one of those literal reach for the stars moment. But their perspective from on high, aloof, separate from all the other beings, gave them a sense of pride and power that eventually they used to their advantage, reigning magic and order on the lands below them. And it was in that conquest that she truly lost her way, and that is what led to her eventual downfall alone, aside from the few that were more forced to remain with her than desired to remain with her.
the only thing that I'm not gonna end up like her. I'm not gonna end up being a tyrant, seeing just looking down at others. I won't. And if I do, stop me. Some way. Somehow.
You get a no words, but this feeling of affirmation. And as you do, you kind of have this brief mental image kind of thrust into your mind of a beautiful rolling landscape of green, of hills and forest with mountains in the distance. And you can see there is a bright blue ocean kind of at the very edge of your vision. And you can feel the sensation of wind around you. And you look down and you can see you're standing on the edge of a massive island floating in the sky. And that moment of looking out as of a sunset across this lands kind of gives you this feeling of comfort, of peace, of freedom. And that is where your shift comes to an end.
Okay.
Who do you wake up next?
All right, I'm gonna move over here. Actually, no. I'm gonna wake up Gregor.
Come
Just
on,
because you
man.
wanted the cook-off, man.
So
Alright.
I'm basically gonna like do like prestidigitation.
Mhm.
Basically, can it make sound?
I think so.
Let me check.
Small sounds. Spell book.
Small sounds. All right.
Yep.
So I'm basically gonna make it like, hey, and then on the other ear, you wake up.
Oh, that's too much mushroom flour. Oh, Andor, it's just you. What's going on?
It's your shift, One Eye.
I mean, you don't gotta bring my eyes into it, but
Or lack thereof. Like,
All right, I'm just gonna continue. Like, I'm just gonna like walk over here and not even pay mind to him.
I just kind of whispered at Darendel. I said, I just want him to like me.
Darendil gives like a very half asleep, just and puts his arm around you a little bit, like big old dog status.
No, Darendel, I gotta go. It's my turn. I will give you a belly scratch when I get back. I promise.
Another arm on you.
All right, one belly scratch. There you go.
You have found a most loyal friend. I hope you know that.
Maybe I don't need Nandor to like me. I got you, Darendel.
Boy.
I'm gonna stand by the body too, because it seems like the cool thing to do.
All right.
You didn't know I did that?
I just had what's it called? ESPN? What's it called?
ESP.
So
Psychically.
Oh, by the way, Matt, I forgot to mention that was a vicious mockery when I called him One Eye.
Oh, really?
Aw.
All right. All
Damn.
right. So I need you to make a
creating
wisdom save.
conflict in our own party. What are you doing, Nandor?
Well, did you use prestidigitation or vicious mockery? Because you
Why
said
not
press
both?
first.
Why not both? When I said okay, vicious mockery is when I was walking away and called him One Eye.
And that makes more sense because you brought your eyes into it, man. All right,
That
make
was
me a
vicious.
wisdom save, I guess. Then, Mr. Cragor.
I'm sorry, you said wisdom? Is that what you said? What?
Yeah. Under vicious mockery, where it says save DC 13 wisdom, you can click that. Normal.
Oof.
Roll me damage. Take 2 points of psychic damage, Cragor, as you wake up.
I didn't think anybody noticed my eye.
Yeah, you take self-conscious damage. You come back over to, where Ilvara's corpse is spread out, and you
I'm
kind of just.
reflecting. I'm reflecting.
I should have put lights in her, like a flame in her, like a jack.
Oh my god!
Put one of your crystal fires
Yeah,
in there.
yeah.
Just as a little.
Nightlight. It's a nightlight. Yeah.
Is this where I can kind of break into like maybe a sing-song moment where I break off and I'm just singing to myself about my loneliness?
By
Um,
all means. By all means.
Perception first.
Roll me a performance. All right, all right. You wanna give a little piece of your song that only no one I believe
Yeah, no, I'm
closest
singing.
person would be Arcados probably to hear a little bit of it while he sleeps,
Okay.
but that's about it.
Yeah, mine passes out at 9, so. you're good.
Yeah, exactly.
It goes a little like this, okay? It goes, my eye is gone, but my heart is here. I wish I had some friends to feel it beat, because I'm so sad and lonely. And that's just a piece.
All right, all right. So, how long does your performance go on?
About as long as, you know the song that Meg sings in Hercules?
Yeah.
About
yeah,
that long.
Yeah.
About that long.
All right.
And in that style. That's the style I'm imagining.
You know the band Rush or Tool? It's about that long.
Been there, done that. Who you think he's kidding? No.
Yes. So then, towards the end of your song, as you gaze longingly over the dark lake, and you can see the faint phosphorescent glow of the occasional piece across Sloopadoop at the base of the cliffs and everything, I would like you to roll me a perception.
I can do that.
Good disadvantage.
That is messed up, man.
I'm not asking him for depth perception, just regular perception.
Yeah, let me go cut off an ear real quick. That'll help.
Oh, sure. Make fun of the guy with the one eye.
So you look out, keep an eye, and
Oh my god.
nothing really seems to pop of interest.
Ugh.
You know, it almost looks like there are just these faint little bits of distant occasional starlight because of the glow in the dark fungus, bioluminescent plants that grow in the distance in the dark lake. It's nice. It fits the tone of your song and feelings. And towards the end of your shift, you just kind of want to go curl up into the fur of Darendil. But who do you wake up next?
Nandor. No. I'm just playing.
No, do it. Do it. Do it.
Right
Do
here.
it.
There we go.
Do it.
John just comes on. Not right now.
No, actually, I want to wake up Eldith. I want Eldith to take a turn.
No, he woke me up. He woke me up.
No,
No.
I didn't. I woke up Eldith.
All right, all right. So you kind of come over there, shake her up a little bit, you know. She looks up. Oh, it's the morning already.
I don't know. We're in a cave, Eldith. I have no idea.
Ah, fuck, we're still in a cave, that's right. Okay. Well, I guess that's okay. My no one else. Oh, is it my shift? Okay.
It is.
She gotta.
I also left some Ripple Bark waffles for you, just in case. So, enjoy.
Oof.
I'll take it. She kind of goes to, you know, where you left it, looks over at the corpse, shakes her head, and goes to just kind of stay right off on the side. And keep an eye out as well. You don't know what happens during her shift, but towards the end of it, she does start to make her rounds to wake everybody up from their long rest. And Cragor, she will be going to you first and whatnot. And as she comes up to you, she kind of kneels down and goes, oi, oi. I think I saw some people on the way up, but I don't really know if they're people. There's not really many people I've actually seen down here, but there's definitely some movement coming up here.
Okay.
I'm gonna go wake the others too. So
I'll wake up the ones near me, so she can go wake up Arcados and them.
okay. So she goes over to the side and goes up to you, Arcados, kind of quickly nudging you, and goes, Arcados, there might be some folks coming up here. I don't know if they're more of those fish folk, but I'm gonna go get the others. Be ready. And then she's gonna go out the tent over to where y'all are and wake up you before Jorl and Nandor, and just be like, we got some visitors. Come on, and get y'all going as well.
Okay.
While
so-
I'm waking up Darendel, I just want to kind of tell Darendel to go keep watch with Eldith, if I can.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell Eldeth or whoever has a crossbow with the arrow. It's like light the arrow on fire and shoot it at the flower if they get close.
All right.
I used to do this whenever I ran with the dwarves. Trust me.
All right.
I grab everything, and then I take my scarecrow. She's coming with us.
I gather up my gear, and then I will head over to look over the path with Eldith.
All right.
Boy, that one tickled you real good.
You know,
Oh, it's so-
sometimes
Water fly is so great.
that was worth it.
We all got a long rest, right? That's what that is.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you all did get a long rest.
You just took some damage. It's okay.
So
Cycle.
the damage is recovered because
Yeah.
you continued to rest. But you are all back up at full. Spells recovered. All that good stuff.
Ooh.
Oh.
As you know, you all are, some of you standing at the cliffside looking down, others gathering up and getting ready. You can see that the procession that is coming before you is a little different than the one that you had seen last time, Arcados.
I would like to hide in
The-
the shadows again, by the way.
Roll me a stealth. There are two of the
Well-
ones that are wearing a sash across their chest, and one of them actually has a staff that they're kind of leaning on as they walk, and it has these leather hide robes kind of going down with bits of scale and other crustacean pieces mixed in with it, along with a small train of Kuo-Toa just wearing almost like kilts made out of these leather hides.
Also,
And
I was gonna
as
ask you, did I attune to those things?
you would have overnight, yeah,
Okay.
you know, during your short your watch easily. So,
Okay.
yes, sir. And remember, you can just have 3 things attuned at a time. So
I know. Like
Uh,
I wasn't trying to keep everything, but I mean, if it's on me,
For sure. And as they're approaching, you know, since are you standing pretty much at the edge, Arcados, like not really trying to hide, but looking down on them?
Yeah, I'll actually move down to them if that's okay.
Yeah.
don't get too close to the flower.
Well, he was. Were you going
I
past it?
have no idea where the flower is, so my idea was to
It's
go
like
down
right
here
here,
to
right?
the landing.
It's right here. This is where the flower's at.
Yeah, he was gonna go a little
Yeah,
bit.
I'm gonna go past it.
Yeah, because they're actually more like over here. I just have them up there right now.
Okay.
So, they, look up, and since you're coming down a little bit, they see Eldith up top, and she kind of she has the crossbow, her hand crossbow that she got, and a torch nearby and ready, but hasn't lit it yet, and it's just kind of watching. And as you approach Arcados and get a little bit closer, the first three up front kind of detach from the rest of the Kuo-Toa and stop at the base of the landing. And the one up front with the robes and the staff lifts up one of his webbed hands up towards you and calls out,
Do you understand the Undercommon?
I do, I reply.
He tilts his head slightly, nods, and walks up a few steps a little bit, just so that he doesn't have to throw his voice a little bit as much. And he goes,
I am Pluplin, Archpriest of the Sea Mother Blipdul Voop. She answers my prayers by delivering you and your help us, and we will reward you for your service. You seek passage across the lake. Yes, all do when they come.
Allow me to confer with my companions and tell me, what exactly do you need aid with?
There is what is the word? Undermining, a taking from within.
And do you know who leads this uprising?
I do. Confer with your fellows, and we will speak more if you are interested.
I'll give them a bow and turn and head up by the others.
kind of watches you retreat and takes a few steps back to where his others are as well.
Kind of look over at Eldith and I go, keep an eye on them.
So what did they want, Arcados?
Seems that their city is currently in the midst of what I can only assume is a coup of some sort. They are asking if we can help with someone who is, I believe, from what I'm understanding, overtaking them or overthrowing them in some way. The one that speaks at the front of the others is, and you'll forgive me if I make a mistake at this name, Bloop
With P's, not B's.
Bloop Poop Pleen. Bloop 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 Bloop. His name is very difficult to pronounce.
The fish priest.
Okay.
But he is the servant of Blip Blop Bloop. From the city of Sloopadoop. Keep that in mind.
Okay. And are they asking for our assistance? Is that what's going on?
They are. They're offering passage across the lake in return for our service and aiding them to handle this issue for them.
Do we have a choice?
There is always a choice, isn't there?
Well, that is is somewhat correct.
We can either go with them and aid them in their efforts, ideally claim victory over whoever it is that is attempting this uprising and gain passage across the lake, or we can potentially have to engage them in combat, kill them, and then take our chances with whoever it is that was overthrowing them. At least this way we know what the outcome of the whole situation will be.
I say, let's help him.
Let's at least give them the image of, or the illusion that we're helping them until we can see what this is all about, I would say.
I agree. There's too few details here for us to really go on. We could be aiding the people who are attempting to overthrow others.
My thoughts exactly.
Who am I killing next?
Soon, Ramos, I'm sure.
Who
Soon.
else but Ramos?
So I'll head back down to the top of the stairs and gesture them forward.
And while you're walking down, I kind of whisper, make sure they're okay with Drow.
I look over my shoulder and give him a little nod.
He's cool. He's with us. He's cool.
You are muted, sir.
You're muted.
Always try and make sure I don't cough into the mic. So as you walk back down, they come back up and over to the base of the stairs, looking up to you as well, unblinking.
So, what have you decided?
We're willing to hear out your request further. I believe that we would be willing to aid you if your cause is as just as you claim. Of course, that is something we still have yet to determine. But in agreement for safe passage across the lake, it is something we would certainly consider.
Good. Come then, come all of you. We will go into Sloopatop, to my home, so we may speak.
I must ask you one thing. Some of our companions are drow. Is this acceptable to you?
I do not have a problem.
Will anyone in your city?
If they serve Minzo brands, they best keep their intentions to themselves.
Fair enough. Allow us to gather our things. We'll be with you momentarily.
And while he's coming back up, I kind of ask him, so what'd they say about the Drow? And you don't have to say it all if you don't want to.
Yeah, basically just repeat. As long as you're not, part of the city of Drow and going to, want to enslave them, they'll be fine.
And as he tells me that, I immediately take off the garb of the elite that I'm wearing.
Yeah.
Just to be safe.
I'll take it. It's a cloak, right?
Yeah.
I just want a cloak.
Attached to it, yeah.
But I do
Okay.
keep my helmet on and my cloth over just to hide my face as much as possible, just so it doesn't draw any unwanted attention.
Yeah.
As much as a giant Minotaur helmet. will
Yeah,
not
that's
draw
that's
attention.
all the attention right there.
But they won't know I'm a
That's
drow
right.
necessarily.
Jorlin kind of looks off to the side and is just like, I'm just gonna kind of stay in the back.
I'll give Jorlin my cloak.
Okay. He uses it up to try and cover as much as himself as possible.
And then I'll look at Nandor and say, you will likely have to keep Dawn dim for a little while.
That's why I have the cloak on, because I'm just gonna keep my hand on it the entire time. So,
All right.
That's going to be a
Then-
very good weapon. I mean, if anything goes wrong, for sure.
So yeah, I guess we'll gather up our things and head on.
All right. All right. So you all go down to where he is waiting, and you all now see these Kuo-Toa that Arcados has been negotiating with and talking to for the last 2 days, and they all have the very scaly fish-like textures and appendages. You know, the fins coming off the elbows, the ridges. Excuse me. Ridges up the head, the big unblinking eyes, and all of them seem just naturally skittish. They all kind of move a little bit, or constantly have these odd motions to them, kind of twisting their hands. Yeah.
So they're on crack, is what you're saying. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Dark crack.
They're the guys at the 7-Eleven that you're like, bro, I ain't got no change.
Yeah. The one in front, Poopapleen goes kind of up to you, Arcade, or nods to you, Arcados, and is just like,
Good. We all go together now. Make entrance easy.
and
I'm gonna stay in back with Jorland, by the way.
okay. And he begins to lead everybody forward. And as he does, 4 of the Kuo-Toa fall to the back of the group as well. They don't look like they are making any aggressive moves or anything like that, but they do also fall to the back where y'all are as well, and just kind of looking around and, you know, nodding at y'all occasionally, and just
I get as close as I can to their leader.
okay. So
But
you're
without
next
without
to you know, you're a little behind Arcados, just kind of keeping
yeah.
an eye out. For sure.
Can I run? It's a check on him.
Are you actually still carrying the
Yes.
corpse of?
Yes, I am.
Guys, I think
Scarecrow.
we're going to talk with Ramis.
It's
well-
Scarecrow. You put it in direction, so that way it scares off the enemies while we're asleep, okay?
Are you able to stow her anywhere?
Oh no, she's just all on my shoulder, just lugging around.
You know, grab by the collar of the battle dress.
I kind of just want to walk up to Ramis and say, you know, that's going to bring us a lot of attention that we're probably not going to want.
We're going to a city. Okay, I'm just gonna say this. We're going to a city where the Drow, like her, aren't welcomed. It'll show them that we're technically with them.
Yeah. It also helps.
Actually, that's a good point.
Long game, son.
I'll allow it.
As y'all are walking, one of them is kind of one of these right here, the monitors, not the archpriest, the ones with the sash, is kind of looking back and looking at you, Ramos, with your scarecrow. And it says in undercommon to you, Ramos, not knowing, you don't speak it, though Arcados and Kregor, you do understand it. Goes,
You bring gift for the shrine.
What do you say, guys?
He's asking if you're bringing a gift for their shrine.
It would be quite the gesture of goodwill, Ramas.
The Great Sea Mother, Blipdulpulp, will be very satisfied with this.
If you say that name one more time, it's yours. I'll give it to you.
He's-
I'll wrap it up in bow.
He said, the Great Sea Queen? Blip bloop?
No, the Great Sea Mother.
The Great Sea Mother. Bleep
She
bloop. blue.
Blipdul poop.
Bliptor poop. The great sea mother Bliptor poop would greatly appreciate it, Ramus. Blip.
It's blip dual poop.
Blipdor.
If it pleases the sea mother,
Is it the
I will
Blue door
present
poop?
it to her. Let them know if it pleases the sea mother, I will present it to her.
He says if it pleases the sea mother Blipto blue, he will do so.
The archpriest kind of looks back, and it's hard to see a smile on a Kuo-Toa's face, but its lips kind of peel back a little more, giving it just more of the fangs that it's got there. And it goes,
That's what we glorious. We will stop by there on the way to my hovel.
Okay. Lead the way, plee ploo plow.
You and your surface world tongue may call me Ploop.
Okay, ploop.
You got it, ploop.
And you will begin to make your way down this winding cavern that takes about 30-45 minutes to get down to the base, where it is more going from the nice hard rock that you've been walking on to almost of a broken shale rock that looks almost like a beach with really dark sand, but the texture is a little bit rougher, and you can just see like almost like pieces of mica and just thin brittle rock that makes up the coastline here of the Dark Lake. And you all begin to approach the town of Sloopadoop. Now,
Yeah, going to Sloopadoop.
now, as y'all approach with the Dark Lake on your left and the large cliffside to your right, you can see that the first thing you see as you approach is, instead of a normal gate or walls that you're used to in towns, they have these massive timbers that are stuck into the ground here that you imagine are kind of been like detritus, that is driftwood that has come up, and they have nets that are completely covering the outside this on this passageway in. And there are 4 Kuo-Toa who are kind of guarding outside of it, watching as you and your escort begin to approach. And you can see within the nets there are the occasional bits of crustaceans, old barnacles, debris, and you can even see one skeleton that has been set up there. And a little bit as you begin to get closer, within about 50 feet, you can see one of the drow that has been tangled up into the net towards the top above the entrance where the Kuo-Toa are guarding. And you can definitely tell from its sag and the way it sits that that drow is now dead and has been hung up there as a warning. And as you approach, the Kuo-Toa that are guarding the outside kind of raise up to the archpriest, who just goes,
These are my guests, not to be disturbed while I am here.
I don't want to interrupt, but I'm not seeing anything.
it shows you not in here.
Yeah, I refreshed once too. Let me see.
Let me
Disconnect and reconnect.
Yeah. There it goes.
You're in.
I think so. Am I seeing the whole thing here? Can you see?
I can see your name thing here, yeah. I've only got the 4 of y'all in here, so I don't have to do every priority person and whatnot. Because that's just a lot of people to drag around for now. But
Okay.
once it becomes relevant, I'll pull them out. But
Yeah, no worries. I got it. Yeah, we're good.
okay, cool. Here, let me also put the archpriest with y'all since he's escorting you. So he then begins to approach the net and uses his staff to kind of part it slight ways and walk inside, and the other Kuo-Toa hold it open for the rest of y'all to slowly enter as well. So as y'all enter inside into the wonderful little town that is Sloopadoop, you can see that it is got water completely over the interior here, up to about your ankles and sometimes up to your knees in different areas. So you go from the coastline to an immediate sloshing through water as you enter. And there are about a few hundred, 50 to 100, maybe a little more, Kuo-Toa that are moving throughout this area. Many of them kind of stop briefly and look at y'all as you come through. And he begins to lead you all through this area towards what you hope is where he said. And as you go, Ront is kind of looking around and says to you, Ramos,
I do not like this place. Cannot trust something that just does not blink at you.
I agree. Let's keep our heads on our shoulders. And let's just always be ready. You never know what could happen.
With these things, always.
and
Can I
as
do
y'all,
Can I do like a scouting report, like on the Kuo-Toas, like as they're walking by? Like I can do some distinctive, like what they breathe, how they breathe, and like if they blink, and kind of like a weakness point or something.
Okay. Make me either a survival or nature check.
With the advantage or without?
Oh,
Oh,
also, I forgot to say I took the flower.
Okay, cool. I will add that to your inventory in a bit.
Is it because I got Ront with me? Is it kind of advantage or just normal?
It's just normal because this is you using your knowledge to try and find out pinpoints on these things as you're walking. So you walk through, and as you walk, you can see that a lot of them are just not blinking at all. You know, none of them blink. They don't have the eyelids to seemingly blink. And even as you walk, you do occasionally see one that is like facing a wall and is making movements and looking like it's trying to do something, but it's just not. It looks like it's just going through the motions, facing against a wall. And as you watch, you don't really see anything that is primarily weak points. You do notice that they have gills and lungs, so they can breathe above and below water. So yeah.
Do they have their weapons? Have like their weapons on them, or do they have any weapons on them?
There are a few that have weapons. Some of them have these long staffs that look like they end with pincers that they took off of a large crustacean. And some of them look like they have almost what looks like barnacled daggers or blades. But everything looks very scavenged and thrown together versus being something that is more like crafted out of metals and stone and things like that. It looks very much workshopped for a lot of things that they have.
So basically, they're kind of like scavengers that just make do with what they get.
Yeah. So you all continue your walks for a little while, and as you go, Ploop is explaining in Undercommon to y'all.
The village that we have here.
And as he makes a motion to it, you can see, and as you're walking amongst it, there are countless bridges that kind of connect these different structures. And each structure is stone, except the way it has been shaped and carved makes it more look like coral that is above water and almost like an upside down underwater place that has been built backwards and upwards out of this village. Very ramshackle, almost looks like some parts should be falling over and into each other. And he goes,
We have always ferried the people across Dark Lake, and through it we have learned much of this area. We can keep you safe against the horrors that are out there.
and you all make your way over. And as you get to this intersection, he points up ahead where you can see there is a large statue. This statue is about 9 feet tall in the distance. It has the shape of a woman, and its head, though, seems to be a large crab or crayfish that has been put on top of the statue, whereas the hands, instead of ending with like from forearm up, it is just these large, uneven pincers that are there. And you can see as it goes down, there is seaweed and pearls and even shells and dead fish, all kinds of things that are piled on and around this statue. And Ploop kind of points to it and goes,
That is our great sea mother, Blipdulpulp.
Then I go and place my scarecrow before her.
All right. As you go and approach, you can see that there are a few of the Kuo-Toa monitors who are constantly guarding this statue, and there are a few other Kuo-Toa who are coming around and placing shells or dead fish and other things like that. And there is one that sees you approach and takes a few steps forward, almost not, seeing that you're with Ploop and the others, but then sees the scarecrow in your hands and kind of stops and crosses their arms and just watches you as you place down the scarecrow of Ilvara.
I look at him and just give him a little, like a nod, but with a smirk as I walk back.
Cocks its head at you, does the kind of fish equivalent of a nod. And you then head back, and from there, the archpriest makes a motion to the hovel at the center here and invites you inside through a little, not really a door, it's more of, a cave mouth opening that he motions towards. And as you all step inside, you can see that the interior has these rough-hewn steps that go up to a second level, but it has no banister or anything. It's almost like a shelf level above that looks down on the main living area. There is a few carved stone chairs, a little half-end table, and a few pots and food supplies that are hung up against one wall. It's a tight space and doesn't quite have enough room to fit everybody in here. So you'll probably have to leave out about 3 people on the outside. Which 3 would you like to leave?
Eldest, Prince, and Ron.
Okay.
I was gonna say the same thing, yeah.
All right.
NPCs.
So Jorlin goes in with y'all, and the rest of you all kind of step in and get as comfortable as you can in this tight space for everyone. And the Kuo-Toan archpriest comes over to his little side and sits at one of the little chairs, and then stands up and begins to walk around as he begins to talk to you and goes,
It is good that you have come. We are most thankful. Can all of you understand me?
Not all of us, but we can relay the message.
It takes too long.
he then goes to lick his thumb, and he wipes the saliva on first Ramos, your forehead, and goes,
Are you here now?
and you find you can understand him.
Okay. I can hear you. I understand you.
Good.
And then he comes over to you, Nandor.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. He's just trying to do it so you can understand him.
Shh, Nandor, shh, it's okay.
Let him go, Nandor. Let him go.
All across the, forehead, down the nose. It's slimy. His scales are a bit rough. And then he goes,
You understand now, yes?
Give me a warning next time.
I did him first. You were warned.
and then he goes over to Jorlin and does the same. And kind of looks back at y'all and goes,
Now, we are all on the same page.
So how long does this last?
It will cover for about till the next tide. You have a bit of time. So while you can understand me, know this. Our village of Sloop-a-Doop is split in two.
Are you just trying to rhyme or something?
I am a poet, and I didn't know it. We are.
Look, let him make the rhyme because we just have time. Okay.
We are fighting amongst ourselves. Not long ago, my daughter, Blop Lidop, she decided she began to have vision from this false father, this Lemmy Gugan.
Is that his name?
Yes,
Hmm.
calls himself the Deep Father.
I don't know. I rather like Lemmy Gugan.
Hmm.
Sounds like a charming fellow.
The name, I mean. Sorry. Proceed.
It is a falsifier, an easy name for ease worship. It was no consequence until she began to have visions that led people to great hunts, to places of deep fish. Now she has a following, a false shrine. It is splitting our people in two. Now her magic is gaining, her power is strong. And with her people, I cannot just tell her to stop without blood.
Well,
There was a offering yesterday. These drow prisoners they had bring on. Their blood now stains the altar of the Deep Father, increasing her strength more.
Okay. Okay. So what you're telling me is the others that came before you. And I'm gonna look for any reaction that he has.
I'm guessing so, yes.
So they weren't with you.
They served my daughter. They saw this bright beacon up the cliffside. They gathered that something was happening with the drow.
We killed them.
And they took what remains to sacrifice it to this Limigugan.
So what you're saying is we should have killed them.
I do not know. I only have what is now. And now, my people are not enough. Now, I could use the use of you surface dwellers.
Just how strong are they?
Her magic is powerful. She has a few numbers, but with your assistance, if you took care of the drow camping nearby, I believe there is a chance to stop her now.
And of your magic? How powerful are you?
I am the strongest of the followers of the Great Mother. It is why I lead our people. This Limigugan gives her dark power, though.
Is she hurt every time she uses it?
No. She uses the blood of others.
You intend for us to kill her?
She is long past the way of seeing, reasoning. She has had her chance.
Oh, a little lemon, a little pepper. I mean, you know.
You did see what I have brought with me. Is that what you wish for that?
Say no. Say no. Trust me. Say no. If you want a peaceful rest for your daughter, say no.
I would like to give her a quick ending. She is still blood.
Well, let me tell you this. That was not painless. That was not quick. That was gruesome. He slid his axe down her
We
back.
don't need to
yeah,
go
no, I
over
think
the
it's
whole
okay.
thing.
So there I was.
God damn!
I quickly tell the story, and yeah, there you go. That's it.
Yes, no, I do not want that. No.
Not that.
Then a quick and painless death she shall receive.
Do you want her head?
So be.
I would like her to give her body back to the Great Sea Mother.
But in pieces or all together?
One.
All together. Okay.
Now,
Where is she and her followers?
there is a plan I would like to see fit for you.
Okay.
The gurgly voice uses a lot of throat.
Oh yeah.
The gurgly voice uses a lot.
There it is.
Do you
want
me to talk like you?
We're all taking acting classes next week. It's okay.
I would like to use you all as bait. We will go forward acting as if I and ours captured you, but we will leave your hands unbound.
Can I keep the cloak on?
Yes.
Also, before we continue with any of this, if you want me to help you, you're already granting us passage, right?
Our ship, our town has many boats across our dock.
Okay. Well, this is ending a uprising for your great sea mother. So I think something more than just passage is worthwhile.
Roll a persuasion.
With some help from me.
How are you trying to help this argument?
By telling him we don't work for just small favors.
And we also brought an offering.
And we did bring an offering.
Yeah. Okay. With that, you definitely can have advantage. And very nice. So he
My boy.
kind of nods.
We had planned on taking the false offerings for their shrine. But with what you brought us, you may have the trinkets and gold that is scattered about Limigugan's shrine.
Do you have any weapons that
He doesn't
mean
know.
most to you?
He wouldn't know. I'm assuming.
He said golden shrine, so he must know of some weapons.
Are you talking about at the shrine, or like that he has in general?
Both.
He kind of looks over what you have and goes,
What we have, you seem to have more sturdy equipment than what we do. But from what I have seen across her blasphemous shrine, it did not seem to have much weaponry.
Okay, fine.
Oh, also, just a heads up. If you want to take us as prisoners, you know you're not going to bind us. I'm going to keep the cloak on. Now, I want to tell you this. That light, that beacon that they saw was me. I have a sword that is basically daylight. So be ready.
If we go fully prepared. We will give you, or we will need you to make masks or some cover of your face. Also, it would also help in battle, which we know who is on our side and who is on theirs. This will be a distinction and an advantage for both of us.
Kind of nods a little bit.
Very well. I will have you all wait here then with your fellows.
What about
throat.
our weapons? Our gear? Wait for you to catch your breath there.
It's a tea.
Right. He just kind of waves it off a little bit and goes,
You may keep all of that on you, but remain here. I will spread the knowledge, and I will have my monitors come to get you.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Can I make a religion
Perception?
check
Oh.
on any of these god names?
Make me a religion check for me, sir.
Can I do a history check?
Yeah, I'll say so.
Can I make a insight check?
And yes, you may.
Can I just check for seashells on the ground?
Sure. Roll me an investigation.
Hey, look at that.
All right. Okay, so Ramos, nothing in your history rings a bell. Your people don't have much history for strange fish folk or their gods. Never really interacted with them, with your tribe. So, and the religion check. You've heard of the Great Sea Mother. You don't know her name, but it is a very distant, far-off thing that is very loosely mentioned as basically religions that are not really recognized or taken seriously by the main institutions of civilization. So, you find 2 pretty seashells.
Nice.
Gregor.
Look, this one's. You can hear the ocean, guys. Listen.
Smack him out of his hand.
He wants to make a necklace, doesn't he?
Kuo-Toans by nature are very hard to read with their unblinking, constantly shifting bodies. However, just kind of looking him over and seeing the slight tilt of his head and the way he is thinking and planning and organizing, he definitely seems to be honest and intent in his situation and his goals right now.
All right. With that roll, I believe you.
So he then nods to y'all once more and steps out of the hovel, and a moment later the rest of your party is kind of squeezed inside to keep them off of the streets as best as possible while he goes and prepares the rest of his people for this. Anything
Does the upper shelf look like it's sturdy enough to hold weight of?
It does. Maybe
I'll just
not
make my way.
a lot of big people up there.
I'll make my
but-
way up there to make some room down below.
For sure.
And sit on the edge and just watch everybody. Well, kneel on the edge and just watch everybody.
You can dangle your feet over the side a little bit, almost kick everybody in the face.
I am 7 feet tall. I dangle my feet over the side and rest them on Gregor's shoulders.
Okay, so I'm gonna lean up against the wall and just like keep tossing a precipitate coin and just like keep tossing it into the air.
All right. Easily enough. And as y'all are there, Eldith and Ront are kind of off to the side, just like, so, what's going on now?
Well,
We're slaying a false god.
I found a couple seashells.
Oh, that's pretty. Can I have one?
Slap.
No.
Oh.
All right.
Get
Yeah,
your
you can have one.
seashells. I'm sharing.
You see Ront get immediately jealous.
I give Ront the other seashell.
He takes it, tries to take Eldith real quick. She hits him back.
Yo, this is mine.
You can definitely see as more time
I
goes
will
on,
explain to them what actually is going on.
I told him we're gonna slay a false, like, god, priestess, whatever.
Yeah, but while you said that, I just hopped in and said, "Look, I found a seashell."
We are here to kill people, as always. We're the mercenaries.
Fucking one eye, vicious mockery. Fucking one eye, vicious mockery.
I think back on my one eye. I contemplate. But then I'm back to normal. I'm just happy. It's okay. Oh, you're doing it again? Oh, Jesus.
Yep. Yep.
I do have
Too
one
damn.
eye, don't I?
You laugh at it, you fool.
Wait, what?
You're supposed to laugh at it. It's a vicious mockery.
I'm laughing. Wait.
It's a crying laugh. It's a crying.
Yeah. It's like, I do have one eye.
I do have one eye. What?
Why am I crying?
I'm gonna hop down. By which I mean I'm gonna step lightly off of the top shelf.
You're gonna step on Gregor. Hey man, what's up?
I'm gonna walk over to Nandor and I'm gonna look down at him. If you continue to attack your own party, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah. That's what I'm hoping
Yeah.
for.
We cannot afford to continue to be divided, and we absolutely cannot afford to spend our spells healing each other because of damage we've inflicted on ourselves.
I kind of peek over Arcado's shoulder and go, yeah.
You can't. You're
Around-
too short.
Around his shoulder. Around his shoulder.
You mean his torso?
I'm only a foot shorter than him.
I'm gonna use a healer kit on.
It's psychic damage. You can't.
You can boost my self-esteem if
I
you
don't-
want.
It's it's psychically healing him as I'm like pretending to put a band-aid on it.
Healers kits don't heal actual HP. They they can make you from doing death saves to stable.
Ah, well then I'll keep it. Okay.
And just so you know, it has 10 charges on it. So,
Yes. Easy. Okay. Gotcha.
Cool. Cool.
I mean, dude, if you want to give me, some confidence boosting.
I use
words,
all 10 now.
I'll take it.
You just mummy wrap his face.
Is this long enough for a song of rest? Like, is it like 30 minutes short rest?
It is about 30 minutes, 45 minutes before you hear the approaching of a monitor. Yes.
Okay, so can I use song of rest?
It's 11:30.
You can roll a d6 if you'd like.
There you go. You get the feedback.
Yay! All right.
He's just so happy.
So, y'all then.
You got your health back, Connor.
To tell you the truth,
Yay.
I never took it away, so that's okay.
I was about to say he didn't even take it off. I saw his hands eating the whole time.
But the song is just making fun of him, by the way.
That sounds about right.
What are you eating, Connor?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. I'm glad you asked.
In order to use Song of Rest, he has to actually spend a hit die to heal.
Wow.
Yeah.
Those look delicious.
Oh no.
Oh, these old things? Yeah, they're pretty good. but they're also healthy for
Jesus
you.
Christ.
Hmm.
Jesus
So,
Christ.
You can find them at any Target. I'm pretty sure
Good
that's what it was.
At any.
At any Target.
Insert word here.
Just like these mega stack Pringles that I found at HEB.
Okay.
Walmart.
Continue.
Plant snacks. Get
Hey,
some.
you're killing our.
So I'm just saying, Andrew, it's probably not worth it to spend the spell.
All right, then he takes 2. Keep it.
They'll never get it. They'll never get it, Troy. Don't
If
worry.
if you want to spend hit dice to heal,
Oh,
that's probably just something worth doing.
Yeah. But after about 45 minutes, we'll begin to hear the sound of crunching.
Well,
That's what happens. Yeah, right there.
I don't give a fuck.
That's exactly what happened.
His chair died.
Oh,
uh,
vicious mockery on your chair.
Got him.
advantage on the next roll. So 2 monitors come up to the door, or the hovel entranceway, and they kind of lean in and make a motion to all of y'all. And you can see that there is that bound seaweed wrap that they use kind of to keep people's hands together. And one by one, as each person walks out, they kind of go behind them and very loosely wrap it around, the wrists, and kind of loop it just to where it looks like it. But as soon as you just, move your hands a little bit, you can easily feel that you could pull yourself out of these. And as all of y'all come out, and as each one of y'all are wrapped across the hands and bound, they make a motion up further the street, as there's not really streets, as there are just, pathways through these coral-like structures. And you all are slowly led further down the passageway, past the shrine of the Sea Mother, to where you see, close to the docks, up ahead, there is a large gathering of Kuo-Toa that have all spread out here. And their closest to y'all is Ploop. But kind of standing around the altar, and all before them, you can see the large amount of Kuo-Toans that have gathered. There are more than what you see here, as they are gathered around this side as well. And you can see that a few of them have these necklace throngs around them, around their gills and everything, that Ploop is now wearing as well. And the shrine itself, as you all begin to slowly approach, being led by the 2 Kuo-Toan monitors, it finally comes into view. And compared to the shrine to the Great Sea Mother, the one to the Deep Father is a large hide that is not even completely cured. You can still see bits of blood and scale and things like that hanging off of it, that has been made into the shape of a manta ray and stretched out on cords between different support poles. A dead actual manta ray is then pinned to the center of that, and you can see this little bit of blood that is pouring down it. On top of that, there are 2 octopuses, or octopi, that are strapped together and draped across, with their tentacles splayed out across the entirety of this idol. And it reeks of decay, with a broad stone altar that is stained dark with blood, and even the area around it, just that little bit of water that is there, is much darker with blood below and floating through it. And as you all come and approach and get closer, Ploop raises up his hands and turns towards the area where you can see, standing before it, there is another Kuo-Toan of similar scale, color, and gossamer that is their own staff. But instead of coming up with these crustaceans and normal pieces across it, this staff comes up with these twinned eel heads that come out and have been basically stitched and bound together at the top of the staff. And the archpriest then Ploop steps forward and goes,
The time has come for us to acknowledge your divine vision and welcome it. I have brought these as offerings.
as he gestures to all of you. And as he does, you can see a few other Kuo-Toa coming forward and putting their hands on y'all's shoulders and moving you forward to kneel in this circle of just mass fish folk. And as you are all brought forward and knelt down, you can see that they're bound on his knees as well. There is another figure that you have never met, a Duragar that is beaten up, bruised. His graying silver hair is matted with blood across the beard, and the actual hair is wet from all the water nearby. And as you are all gestured down and forced down to kneel next to him, he raises his hands up to the Deep Father and the Archpriestess before him, and and goes,
Will you not accept them?
see the Archpriestess kind of tilt her head slightly, look down at all of you, kind of scaling you up, seeing how much you weigh. She goes,
You are wise, Father. I accept your offering in the name of the Deep Father. May their blood nourish and strengthen him.
and then you begin to hear this burbling cheer begin to go up around as all the Kuo-Toans begin to, stomp their staves and, splash into the water and everything like that. And as they do, they all begin to parade around the circle, the altar, and y'all, just creating this constantly moving, shifting circle around y'all as they all just begin to chant in Undercommon and in this burbling language. And as they begin to chant and as it begins to build, you can all feel it in your chest and just the sound through your knees, and you're watching the ripples of the water. And as the Archpriestess raises her hands up, that's where we're going to end tonight's episode.
Yep.
How did I not know, man?
Because it's 11:40, and if we got into battle, it's gonna take like hours.
Well, that's going to do it for this episode.
Let's keep it going.
Heathens and Heroes. Matt, you outdo yourself every time, man. Great job. Great work. Before we go, I just want to kind of walk through everybody. And actually, one side note. Are we taking next week off? I can't
No.
remember. We're not?
Yes.
Next.
No, not next week. The following week.
The following week, right?
So episode 12 would be.
So next week, I am moving on Friday, or on the 5th, so Saturday technically.
And I am leaving out of town on the 5th, on that Saturday.
Okay, so basically,
So the 9th, we won't be having a game,
Correct.
but we will on the 2nd.
Okay.
Correct.
So we will not be here on the 9th. So next week is our last episode before break. So if you guys want to tune in for that, that would be great. And make sure you guys tell your friends as always. Like I said, we're about 12 followers away from hitting our affiliate status. Everything else is pretty much set up. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, we appreciate it. Esteban, do you have anything you want to say?
Just follow us, y'all. Follow us on everything. Spread the word. Follow our YouTube. What else? Gonna be streaming tomorrow, usual time, and then Mario Party 9:30. But next Thursday is gonna be my last stream for because I'm moving. So yeah, fun.
Go and hang out with the Reaper.
Seriously, come
Don't
stop by.
fear him. Don't fear him. He's cool.
I did leave a link to his Twitter on the chat, so if you guys want to follow him on Twitter too, that's a great way to find out where he's going to be and when he's going to be streaming. Troy, you have anything you want to say?
Just again, thank you to all you guys that come out and watch us. Like everyone says all the time, keep telling everybody, tell your friends. Shout us out on some social media. Retweet, repost, whatever we got if you can. Even the people that you probably don't even talk to on your Facebook and Twitter, they might like D&D, they might like us. So whatever you can, please help. It'd be awesome, much appreciated. And again, much love to everyone. Thank you so much, as always. Thank you.
Matt, do you have anything you want to say?
As always, we love y'all. You're awesome. And on Monday the 31st, I will be starting a campaign on Hobbs and Mods with a few other streamers that I know as well. So if you want to check us out at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, that'd be dope. Aside from that, I am going to be working on our Discord to make sure that you'll also get more updates for our YouTube and things like that. So all of our content, you will have more access to know where it's coming and when.
Thanks for that, Matt. Lucas, do you have anything you want to say?
As always, check out every single one of these guys. Reaper's Past, Cracker T23, Hobbs and Mods, of course, and soon, I believe, Doomed Atlas may be joining the crew as a streamer. He's already joined the Crack Crew, which was our escapades into GTA a week ago. So definitely check every one of these guys out. Leave them follows on their channels. And then tell everybody that you can about Heathens and Heroes. These guys are awesome. This game is really, really fun. And I'm, as always, just really happy to be a part of it with you guys. And thank you so much for having me along.
We love having you, man. It's been great. So.
And Lucas is right. I am getting ever closer to starting the stream. I just got my PCs going. I'll do a quick tour real quick. I can do this. My sweet PC that I just got. How's it going? Check it out.
Hi, guys.
I got you guys right here on this beautiful monitor. Shout out to Cracker because he's the one that told me about it. So, gotta get this awesome monitor. Got this sweet little setup. It's a go. I just need to get the little things ready. And soon, Doomed Atlas will be making his appearance on Twitch. So,
and we will be sure to let everybody know when Doomed Atlas is on the Twitchiverse. So, keep a lookout, guys.
And if you come out, you get a free ticket to this gun show, too.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I can already see the muscle emotes. I can see
I am already going and following.
As for me, guys, there's not much to say. Unfortunately, I won't be streaming again until Friday. I've got some stuff I gotta do tomorrow, but I'll be back on Friday. I'm thinking about playing some horror games. I haven't done that in a little bit, so maybe we'll get back on that. Maybe we'll do some more GTA, Diablo. I don't know. Like, it's all there. But for me personally, I just want to say thank you guys so much for being here as always. It means so much for me to have this group of friends that I love gathering with every Wednesday. I mean, it's something I look forward to every week. So I hope you guys can too. And in the future, hopefully we'll get to that stage where a lot of people will enjoy this with us. And but as far as this goes right now, we love having you here, and thank you so much. Tell your friends, do what you can to get the word out about Heathens and Heroes, and we will greatly appreciate it. Other than that, just tune in every week. We love you. I guess that's going to do it for this episode. Episode 10 is in the wraps. 10 episodes already. Can you guys believe that?
I can't. Still can't.
That double digits, man.
Awesome.
It's real.
It's a real thing now. It's a real thing. I'm a real boy.
We're committed.
Ain't no stopping this train.
All right, guys. Until then, stay strong. Journey on. We'll see you on the next one, guys. Take care.